All right, the Jabra Evolve2 55. Now, after using this headset for only a week, and you could even see the sticker on here still, I gotta say, the main thing, if I could think of one word to describe this headset, is it's a powerhouse. A powerhouse headset. That's probably what I'll name the thumbnail too. Specifically for calls and being heard. For two, actually, I would say three main reasons, but two is the sound performance and the microphone quality. So anything that has to do with sound, this headset is just the best I've heard. So one example is getting into side tone. Side tone is something I actually underestimated quite a bit over the years because I used to think, hey, it's just so I can be heard. But now I'm thinking, hey, it's how do I want to hear myself talk? How natural do I want it to sound? Especially if you're in a loud environment. You don't want even more noise coming into your ears simply because you have side tone on. This headset is the best I've used as far as anything I've reviewed so far in how it sounds with whenever you're conversating on the phone. So there's that thing, but also how well the microphone performance is. And so instead of explaining it early on in the review, let's just go ahead and get into our microphone test. All right, here's what the microphone sounds like on the Evolve2 55 in a quiet office. So got my window open and whatever noise is going on outside is like the most. But I'm going to play coffee shop noise, and that's what you can hear right now on the camera mic. Woo! It is loud. Holy snap. All right, let's go ahead and switch it to the headset now. So this is what it would sound like at about almost 90 decibels in a really loud coffee shop. So I'm going to go ahead and stop that now. Let's do a test of dogs barking at the same decibel level. So that's what you're hearing on the camera now. And ouch, that's really loud. So let's switch it to the headset. Now it's a really loud, I don't know what dog that is, but wow, it's a really loud barking dog. So that's what it would sound like with deep barks, growls, a bunch of randomness going on. So let's go ahead and stop that now. And then it's really loud. I'm doing a really loud test. And then let's do some train background noise. And that's what you can hear right now on the camera. Let's go ahead and switch it to the headset. So maybe you're in a subway station or maybe a Subway sandwich shop or something. I don't know. But we're going to stop that. And then I got one more coffee shop I want to do to have different frequencies. So here's another coffee shop test. And yeah, that's about 90 decibels. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch it to the headset now. And in my opinion, how well I can hear myself when it's even that loud is still pretty dang good. Now, you have to be the judge at the end of the day, but as you heard in that microphone test, it's incredible. I mean, this is why I call this headset a powerhouse headset. There's like no other way, if I could think of one word to call it, that's what I'm just going to call it. I'll even name, like I said, the thumbnail, a powerhouse headset. So with design and getting into that, you can flip the ear cups in and out. The ear cups themselves, they call the design of this headset using air comfort technology. Now, do I think that's a gimmicky way to sell the product or a very well earned name for this headset? The latter, because even with glasses, wearing this headset for 4+ hours at a time is easy peasy. I mean, it's one of the first headsets I've used where I even recently got the Evolve2 75 to test that headset out. So stiff in comparison. I mean, even the Evolve2 65 Flex is stiffer than this headset. I mean, this thing, it almost makes you feel like why is it so light? Like, is it gonna last long? Is it durable? I mean, just by the feel, and as you can see in B-roll, I think the durability is gonna last for a while, but you're just kind of like, man, you know, you're not used to a headset feeling this light and this comfortable. Only flaw for me is, I mean, everything's standard with the buttons, you know, play, pause, skip, hold to go forward, volume up, volume down, access to Siri, Microsoft Teams, USB-C. I mean, we've seen it all here, but I just wish that the headset microphone can go on either side because I know most people are going to prefer that, but it is what it is. It still performs fantastic. So, oh well, it's a minor complaint. But with dual connectivity, one thing about dual connectivity that's also impressive with this headset is the fact that I've been able to connect it to a laptop and a computer, and it's almost instantaneously. Like, it's probably, if I were to really time it, the fastest headset I've used with a dongle and with Bluetooth connectivity on switching between the phone and the computer, depending on if a call is coming through. Now, I've only had one issue with Air Call. I've used Just Call, Zoom, Slack, Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, my regular cell phone, of course. I've used a bunch of different software applications while using this. And for some reason with Air Call, that's the only app I've used where if I'm listening to something on my phone and it goes to the computer, it will play the ringing alert, but it won't stop what I'm listening to on my phone. And that's kind of annoying, but just a heads up, in case you're using that. Otherwise, no other app I've experienced that with. It's a weird software issue within AirCall because it just doesn't happen with any other app. So for me, dual connectivity is fantastic. It's seamless, very easy to use. Here's an example of the app for the Evolve2 55. I mean, if you've used Jabra products before, it's all pretty standard if I can get that skip button to work. But there's no transparency mode with the Evolve2 55. It's either the ANC is off or it's on. And you have the music equalizer, you have music presets, soundscapes, the busy light on or off. And then if you go into more settings, you have firmware updates, the basic functionality, sleep mode, things like that, voice, the call experience, how to auto answer, adjust side tone. I mean, I try to make it seem like it's more than what it is, but it's pretty basic stuff. There's one other thing I want to get into with side tone, because I would say the Engage series from Jabra is the only series that can compete. And in particular, if I'm remembering right, the Engage 50 or 55 headset has a really crispy sound and natural sound to it. This sounds a little bit like you're talking through a podcast microphone when you plug in your earbuds or headphones. That's like how natural it sounds when you're talking on this. So yes, you can adjust it in the app, but it's pretty standard from what I saw from Jabra. When it comes to side tone, it's one of the best headsets I've loved using to talk on the phone. So most headsets, whenever I use side tone, the biggest problem is the side tone sounds way too artificial. So you almost kind of like after a while, like if you're talking on the phone for 30 minutes, it kind of gives you a little bit ear fatigue in sound because it sounds like two people are talking to you. It's a little too noisy and muffly, nasally, that kind of sound. This doesn't sound like that at all, which is great that every single thing I've been mentioning in the review of this headset, all the pros, besides one con of the microphone not being able to go to either side, is the only con that I was excited for that ended up being a con is the active noise canceling. So in reality, it's almost like passive noise canceling, or I don't even know how to put it, because I was thinking it was going to be as good as maybe a Logitech headset, like the Logitech Zone Wireless, or the Jabra Evolve2 75, or even the 65 Flex. All incredible noise canceling for a headset. This, I mean, I would say when I put the headset on, there's good passive noise isolation, but once I activate noise canceling, it's like, okay, it blocks out hums, it blocks out a fan going, or when I'm in a coffee shop, it dilutes a little bit, maybe 20% of conversation happening around me. But with milk pitchers and people opening and closing doors and people walking, it's like everything else is like still there. I'm like, dang, it's a huge bummer, because that means when I'm on a phone call, I mean, active noise canceling is barely there. It's only there if I'm listening to media, YouTube videos, if I basically am just not on a phone call. So if anything, I would highly recommend this headset out of anything from Jabra if you're a power user. If you're somebody on the phone all day, and I mean all day, that's what I recommend this headset for, because of how well you sound with side tone, the microphone quality, and blocking out background noise, but also in comfortability with Air Comfort technology. Absolutely incredible. So that's going to be my review of the Jabra Evolve2 55. I hope it was helpful, and thanks for watching another video. I will see you on the next one.